Things You Can Tell Just by Looking at Her. Things You Can Tell Just by Looking at Her is a 2000 American romantic drama film written and directed by Rodrigo García and starring an ensemble cast. The film Garcia's directing debut was shown at the 2000 Cannes Film Festival and won the Uncertain Regard Award. Holly Hunter was nominated for the Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress for her performance. Plot: Things You Can Tell Just by Looking at Her consists of 5 stories, or vignettes, tied together loosely to envision the complexity of incomplete communications about life, family, and love. We glimpse the lives of 5 women, each facing problems such as loneliness, dissatisfaction, longing, and/or desire. In the film's prologue, Kathy Amy Brenneman, a police detective, and her partner are investigating the apparent suicide of an unknown woman. Dr. Keener Glenn Close, a middle-aged doctor, attempts to care for her aging mother while coping with her own loneliness. She avoids intimacy, but also longs for it. We see both frustration and anticipation as she waits for phone calls from male colleagues. Dr. Keener decides to seek comfort or escape in Christine Callista Flockhart, who reads tarot cards. Christine's partner Lily Valeria Galino is critically ill with an unnamed disease, possibly cancer. Rebecca Holly Hunter is a successful bank manager who's not big on regrets. After a 3-year involvement with married Robert Gregory Hines, she becomes pregnant. Before Rebecca visits Dr. Keener to get an abortion, she has a fling with Walter, Matt Craven, a subordinate. Rose Kathy Baker is a single mother who is writing children's books. She develops a sweet crush on a new little person neighbor Danny Woodburn, who catches Rose spying on him. Rose later experiences the shock of learning about her son's extensive sexual activity. Kathy's sister, Carol Faber Cameron Diaz, is a lovely blind woman who has an active social life. Kathy is attracted to the medical examiner in the suicide case, and her story ends with him taking her out on a date. In an epilogue, Dr. Keener drops into a bar where she meets the male character, Walter, from previous stories, possibly the younger male alluded to in Christine's tarot card reading. Carmen, a woman who appears in 5 scenes in the 5 different stories. The first is walking past Dr. Keener's house, another is walking beside Rebecca, a third time is in the grocery store while Rose is shopping. The 4th time is walking past Christine's apartment building at night as Christine looks down from her balcony, and the final time is the post-mortem examination. Carol's imaginative story towards the end of the film helps explain the instances throughout the movie where she appears. According to Carol, she was back in town to reconnect with her ex, whom she had been talking to for months until her move back to Los Angeles. In each scene, she is, as Carol deduces, preparing for the big date with her ex. In the first scene she is probably looking for a place to rent. The second, she is seen carrying her ill-fated red dress. The third, she is shopping for toiletries. The fourth, she is seen walking back to her place, in which she looks visibly heartbroken. And final scene, in the coroner's lab, echoes the beginning of the film, where she is. Carol's story ends with what Kathy already concluded. She resorted to suicide because of her grief over a love she, as Carol claims, could not revive, like the baby she had lost many years before. Cast. Production. Line producer for this film was F.E.T. Brown. Joel A. Miller worked as a set dresser on this film. Awards. Won the Gann Foundation Prize 2000 Cannes Film Festival. Holly Hunter was nominated for the Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress at the 53rd Primetime Emmy Awards. Box office. On May 26, 2002, the film opened on 52 screens in Spain. In its opening weekend, the film made EUR 201,200. In Spain, the film grossed over €1,595,000